Hey everybody, Leonard here from Gators and Ghosts Tours in New Orleans. As I've been kind of doing on our Instagram and Facebook pages lately, I am studying to be on Jeopardy one day, maybe. A while back I had auditioned. I passed the test twice. I got through an actual audition and they put me in the contestant pool. Now I have not heard from them yet, and my eligibility is about maybe 6 months left to go. So it may not happen this time around, but if it does, I'm trying to be as prepared as possible. And so we're gonna do a little bit of studying. There is a website called the J Archive, which has a collection of pretty much almost every single clue ever on Jeopardy. Definitely every clue from the last 25 or 30 years. There's a few episodes in the 80s they don't have. But you can just go in there and kind of type in a topic, and you'll get every clue that mentions the Super Bowl in it somewhere, or whatever. I typed the Super Bowl here because we're here in New Orleans, and we have the Super Bowl this weekend here in town. The Chiefs versus the Eagles. I'm sure at some point Taylor Swift will be rolling through to support her lover boy, Travis Kelce. But we're gonna do some Super Bowl trivia right now and see if y'all can hang. I don't know if I can hang. Sports is traditionally the hardest category for the best Jeopardy contestants. You have those famous, YouTube clips of them getting just like missing 5 out of 5 football questions, for example. I am a little bit better on sports than that, I think, but I'm not that good at sports. So we're gonna. This will be good for me to help me learn. And I'm sure some of y'all who are deep into sports are probably like banging your head like, how do you not know that? But we'll see. So here we go. This is a recent one. We're going in reverse chronological order of questions about the Super Bowl. Looks like in the past year or so, there have been quite a few. This is just 1 year's worth of questions here. That's probably a good 15 questions. Okay, so here we go. Clues. Wild card winners for 800. I gave the answer away. The 1997 Denver Broncos won a wild card game, 2 more playoff games, and then Super Bowl 32 behind this Hall of Fame QB. Well, the answer is John Elway. I knew that, but it did spoil it. John Elway was the answer. There we go. Anatomical song titles for 400. This song was part of the weekend set list at the Super Bowl in 2021. I'm going to guess is I Can't Feel My Face. Is that the name of the title? Can't Feel My Face. Yeah, close enough. All right. Maybe not close enough. Can't Feel My Face. They might say I Can't. Isn't correct. So, there you go. R&B and soul for 400. His performance in the 2024 Super Bowl warned may cause singing, dancing, sweating, gyrating, and possible relationship issues. Who is Usher? I remember watching that Super Bowl. It was last year. Usher. Here we go. The Chiefs were in that one too, I think, right? The TV show in question for 200. Are You Smarter Than These are all easy ones. Are You Smarter Than a Celebrity? Is hosted by this man who's maybe more famous as a BF than as a 3-time Super Bowl champ. Well, there we go. There's our Travis Kelce. In Jeopardy, sometimes the football ones are easy. Advertising for 600. Betty White's 2010 Super Bowl ad for this, with the tagline, "You're not you when you're hungry," was a big hit. I'm going to say, what is Snickers? There we go. 28. Okay, a bit of culture shark for 1,600. Shark, not shock. $1,600. Brian Gaw was the amusingly improvisational left shark during the 2015 Super Bowl halftime show of this singer, who is Katy Perry. These are all about the halftime show and the ads. Katy Perry. Maybe they're just tired of Jeopardy players just losing over and over and over again. All right, 20th century song, 21st century AD. For $800. A 2024 Volkswagen Super Bowl ad was set to this man's song, "I Am, I Said." Oh, I have no idea. "I Am, I Said." That's going to be the first one that I'm not even going to hazard a guess. If I had to guess, if it was a Daily Double, I would say Paul Simon or maybe Cat Stevens. Cat Stevens sounds closer to me. Yusuf Islam. Neil Diamond. There you go. I guess I need to tag that one for future study. I don't know a lot about Neil Diamond's life. I know a handful of his biggest hits, but "I Am, I Said" is not one of them, apparently. New York's hottest club is for $200. The 2007-2008 Giants, who made sure in the Super Bowl this team didn't finish the season 19-0, but it did trademark 19-0. Who are the Patriots? I believe I watched that Super Bowl too. Yep, the Patriots. Screw those guys, right? They're not any good anymore, so I guess they finally got their comeuppance. You lose your coach, you lose your quarterback, and you're not so hot anymore. New York's hottest club is for $800. Okay, we got a lot of Super Bowl questions from this one category. In 1968-69 Jets, Joe Namath backed up, "We're gonna win this game on Super Bowl Sunday" with this 3-word boast. Ooh, what was Joe Namath's catchphrase? I know they called him Joe Cool. You know it? I don't know. We're going to win the Super Bowl game. You can't. I don't know. You know it. I don't know. I don't know this answer. I'm not guessing. I guarantee it. Yeah, I think he says that in his different ads he does now as an old man advertising on Fox News or whatever. Late night and infomercial stuff. All right. I guarantee it. So I remember that. Guarantee it. And then I said Neil Diamond. I'm going to remember that one, and I guarantee it is Joe Namath's catchphrase. These are good to know. Although usually on Jeopardy, like say I got on this year, they probably wouldn't be asking questions that they asked last year. Well, we got a ghost, it sounds like. I'm at work right now, actively working, but there's nobody here. Even though the Super Bowl's in town and apparently the hotels are at 100% capacity, there is nobody here at the moment. I suspect that the millionaires who purchased Super Bowl tickets maybe just booked out a whole week at the hotel just to make sure that they had a spot for whenever they decide to roll in. I don't know. Not that many people walking past my store today, but there are a ton of military out here. I don't know. Apparently, Christy Gnome was out here at some point. What is my little door thing that beeps when somebody walks in, but nobody's walking in, but it's still beeping, which tells me that there is a ghost. I think also though it gets set off. It seems to go off when cop cars go by. So maybe there's something with like the radar in the car or something. Keep it, making it go off. I don't know. So anyway, let's see. Sports for $600. Phil Simms presents the clue. And see, there a picture? We got a picture. Does that work? Nope. The pictures never seem to work on the JR Cup. All right. Phil Simms presents the clue. In 1987 with the Giants, I led the second New York team to win the Super Bowl, although I admit I didn't quite have the flair of this QB for the first one who took the Jets all the way. Now that answer is Joe Namath. Now this is the problem where, they even showed a picture of him. Come on. Also probably not there. Nope. But it would have been a picture of Joe Namath, I'm guessing. Joe Namath, yes. All right, of course. I would have known that, but also this is the hazard of studying the same kind of clues over and over again. Because Jeopardy does repeat quite a bit of information, you'll run into the same stuff over and over again, which is why you can study past clues to get better at next set of clues. I know there are a lot of current, there are recent Jeopardy contestants who say, "Oh man, nothing I studied for ever came up in the thing." But I've been studying for a while now, and I come across things all the time on the show that I prepared for. So, well, we'll see. I don't always have the best recall. Like, I recall it now, whereas before I would have been like, I had no clue what it was. But unknown to become unknown knowns. But I don't know. We stand on guard for $400. I didn't see it. It flashed too fast. Guard Jerry Kramer's book Instant Replay chronicled this NFL team's 1967 season, including the Ice Bowl and Super Bowl II. Ooh, is that the... I want to say it's the Packers, but it could just as easily have been the Jets, I guess. I'm saying the Packers. Green Bay, yeah, here we go. 21st century sports. Now, see, like when I was a kid, I'm not super into sports, but I collected sports cards when I was like, a 12-year-old during like the junk card boom, the junk comic book boom. That's when I collected cards. So, and I watched all those NFL films, movies at some point. All the ones from like the 60s and 70s and the early 80s. It's, you asked me about a Super Bowl from 10 years ago, and I have no memory of that stuff. But I can tell you about the Super Bowl from 1979 with the Rams, right? And I think, wrestler Big Van Vader. Big Van Vader. I think he was on that team. Leon White. All right. So anyway, maybe I got that wrong in my head. I think it's 79 Rams, I think. I don't know. Whatever. Point is, I know old football and not new football. 21st century sports. There we go. There's the cat. That's what I'm not good at. Pro for 600. Pro Football Hall of Famer Bill Cowher presents the clue. That is the former coach of the Steelers, now a commentator. He says, I coached the first 6th seeded team to win the Super Bowl, even though this quarterback of my Steelers threw for half as many yards as the Seahawks passer. Well, they're showing a picture of him, which I suspect is going to be Ben Roethlisberger. Or the picture just not, of course. The picture's never there. J-Archive puts the picture up for a second and then it's just gone. I don't understand. Anyway, I'm going to say it's Ben. Big Ben. There we go. I know there's a lot of mixed feelings about Ben Roethlisberger out there. It was the 60s, man, for 200. This year saw the first Super Bowl, the premiere of Rolling Stone magazine, and the Summer of Love. Ooh, 1967. There we go. You know, they did just say that up above there. Yeah. All right. Let's try to get through the questions from this year. Let's see. All right. Signature songs for 1200. 50 Cent rapped You Can Find Me Here, Bottle Full of Bub. You could also find him doing it at the 2022 Super Bowl halftime show. You can find me in The Club. The Club. In the Club. I think he probably would have accepted the, but in the club is, I guess, more accurate. 2024. In May 22nd, 2024. All right. The world revolves around Jason Kelce. Of course it does. I like Jason more than Travis, I guess. Jason Kelce delivers the clue. Here we stand before your door as we stood the year before. Give us whiskey, give us gin, open the door and let us in. Is a poem from this group, a Philly tradition. I dressed as one at our Super Bowl victory parade. I'm not even entirely sure what this is asking. If this is regular Jeopardy, I would have run out of time a long time ago. But here we are studying, and we can take a second to think about it, like a final Jeopardy would. A poem from this group, a Philly tradition. I dressed as one. Oh, man, this would be where I would love to see a picture of it. I don't know. This is where it would help. This is where the J-Archive fails us. Okay. The Mummers. Okay, I have heard of the Mummers, but I don't know anything about them, and now I would like to look up the Mummers. This is what we do sometimes. When we see something we don't really know anything about, we look it up. Mummers. Philly. I believe they performed somewhere. Super Bowl one year? Or no, they were at WrestleMania this past year, I believe. Whatever major sport wrestling event was that was in Philadelphia. I think it was WrestleMania. Yeah, this past WrestleMania was the Mummers were in it. Okay, so it's a parade each year. We'll do the AI overview first, see how that looks like. It says this Mummers Parade in Philadelphia is a long-standing tradition that celebrates New Year's Day with a vibrant parade featuring over 10,000 participants. Here are some key details of the Mummers Parade. This past one was on January 1st. Okay, we don't care about the route. 10,000 people. Okay, well, maybe we go to the Wikipedia. This is where history of blackface and sexism. We don't like that. The Mummers Parade is a local club. It's usually called New Year's Associations or New Year's Brigades. Compete in one of 5 categories: comics, wench brigades, fancies, string bands, and fancy brigades. This sounds like a weird version of Mardi Gras. They prepare elaborate costumes, performance routines, and movable scenery, which takes months to complete. This is done in clubhouses, many of which are on or near 2nd Street, called 2 Street by some local residents in the Pennsport neighborhood of the city's South Philadelphia section, which also serves as a social gathering for the members. Multiple Philadelphia television stations have aired the parade through its history. Beginning in 2023, the latest of these is Wilmington, Delaware licensed WDPN TV known as MeTV2. Okay, we don't care about this. All right. Televised on the Travel Channel in the past. Okay, WGN America. So it's got some national thing. It goes back to the 17th century. Okay, let's see some pictures of the Mummers Parade. Okay, this is quite Mardi Gras-like. Low quality images here on Wikipedia. All right, no, I get the idea. The Mummers Parade. Let's look at let's go here. Get an idea of this. Just how this helps me like learn about things a little bit more. This is what I do. Try to load some images up. It's going very slow. Maybe it's going slow because I'm recording this at the same time on a really shitty computer. But there we go. Oh man, internal error. What's happening? Well, I guess it's not all that important. We got an idea. We get an idea of what the numbers in. It's like a Mardi Gras style parade in Philadelphia on New Year's Day. All right, so into it. All right. The FB for 1600. College football's best receiver gets to catch a trophy named for this Oakland Raiders legend, MVP of Super Bowl 11. Ooh. Best receiver. It's not Heisman. It is... Oh, FB. That's the initials there, so... Super Bowl 11 would be like 78. I mean, I guess I just don't know the Raiders from the late 70s. I know they were good. I know they were brutal. And the Raiders being good in the late 70s, early 80s is why so many hip-hop guys love the Raiders, like Ice Cube repping the Raiders to this day. And then they moved all around the state and now to Las Vegas. And so they have fans all over, like, the West Coast. But, man, I don't know. Look it up. Fred Biletnikoff. Okay. Well, I am not familiar with Fred Biletnikoff. This is another one where I'm going to look this up. Click on that. Copy. There we go. Oh, there's some pictures of the Mummers. All right. Well, all right. Let's go. Let's look up Fred Biletnikoff. Fred Biletnikoff, American football player and coach, and the Fred Biletnikoff Award for the outstanding receiver in American college football. Well, there we go. And again, I'm getting through this entire stream with nobody walking into my store, so I don't know. This is why I'm doing a live stream, guys. Fred Biletnikoff. There we go. That looks like a pretty cool dude. Ooh, looks like a tough son of a bitch. Life and career of Fred Biletnikoff. Coach too, looks like. All right, let's see. Let's go over here. Let's go to Wikipedia again. We can try the AI overview, see what that says. Oh, there is not one. All right, well. Ooh, he says the CFL was more fun than the NFL. Blasphemy. It probably is more fun. They got a longer field, don't they? They play 100 meters instead of 100 yards. It's a little bit. Is that longer? I'm not even sure. Yeah, a meter is longer than a yard, right? All right. He was named as nicknamed the Scarecrow. He's still alive, born in 43. Former football player and coach. Played as a wide receiver for the Raiders in the AFL and the NFL. 14 seasons. Pretty good career for a receiver. Later an assistant coach with the team, retired as an NFL player after the 78 season, and then played one more season in the CFL for the Montreal Alouettes in 1980. All right, 1980 is when the year I was born, so he predates me just a little bit. While he lacked the breakaway speed to be a deep play threat, Biletnikoff was one of the most sure-handed and consistent receivers of his day with a propensity for making spectacular catches. He was also known for running smooth, precise pass routes. He's a member of both the Pro Football Hall of Fame and the College Football Hall of Fame. He went to Florida State. Let's see. He played for the Seminoles, All-American team. Let's see. And they said that the Fred Biletnikoff Award is given annually to the most outstanding receiver in the NCAA Division I FBS, and it's named after him. Let's see. Through his AFL and NFL career, he had 589 receptions for 8,900 yards and 76 touchdowns. It was a league record of 10 straight seasons of 40 or more receptions during a time when teams emphasized running over passing, especially the Raiders. The Raiders are like famous for running the ball, right? With the Raiders, Biletnikoff played in the second AFL-NFL World Championship game, retroactively known as the Super Bowl II. And then he played again in Super Bowl 11. So that's good to know too. It wasn't called the Super Bowl back then. They just call it the World Championship game between the two leagues. I love a good crossover. Born and raised in Erie, Pennsylvania. Hey, that's my neck of the woods. Russian immigrants. Attended Erie High School, essentially. The field now bears his name. Champion high jumper. Okay, well, got an idea about Fred Biletnikoff now. All right, well, this is what I do when I'm studying for Jeopardy, guys. Not always exciting, but interesting to me. Next one, on guitar for 400. Freaky Rob, Geringer, back Dre, Snoop, Eminem, 50 Cent, Mary J. Blige, and Kendrick Lamar at this February 13th, 2022 event. Well, we know we're talking about the Super Bowl, so the answer is what is the Super Bowl? All right, halftime show. Yeah, all right. Current events, $600. Will it be how soon they forget or always remembered? He caught the Super Bowl 58 winning pass for Kansas City. Well, I'm going to guess it's Travis Kelce. No. How soon we forget. Mecole Hardman. I don't even remember that either. Mecole Hardman. It's probably not how you say his name. Mecole? Oh, I don't know. Let's look it up. Things are going slow today, man. Things are going slow. Kerry Mecole Hardman Jr. Wide receiver. Still, he's on the Chiefs this year. Okay, so if I watched more football, I'd remember this guy, I guess. He played for the Bulldogs. Selected by the Chiefs in 2019, second round. He's been there for all their 3 Super Bowls, so he's been there right along with Kelce. Hardman with the Chiefs. All right, well. Did he play for them this year? No, yeah, he did. Okay, games played. He only had 90 yards all season. Is he out of the season? What's going on? He was placed on injured reserve on December 7th due to a knee injury. All right, well, he served as the team's primary punt returner. Oh, okay. So sad news for this dude. He's not going to get to play in the Super Bowl. Will not return from injured reserve due to his knee and will miss the remainder of the season. Tough break for old Mecole Hardman or Mecole. I don't know how you say his name. McCole. Like Nicole was McCole. I don't know. Maybe we can look it up. That's what the internet's for, right? Go to old YouTube and see somebody say his name. Doesn't matter. I don't think they're going to be. Here's the thing: where I don't think there's going to be very many questions about old Mecole Hardman on Jeopardy. It was already considered a how soon they forget kind of question here. Let's see. This is the beauty of. So there are certain things where you'll get like hundreds of clues. And there's certain things where you get one. And when you get one result pop up, it's probably not that important for you to know for Jeopardy. And I'm going to say that I don't need to know Mecole Hardman all that much, although my apologies to Mr. Hardman. May you return from the injured reserve. Okay, I still don't know how to say his name, though. But I guess it's not that important. All right, so Wheaties Athletes for 200. When this team won Super Bowl 31, Wheaties produced a special 24-ounce regional box that was sold in Wisconsin and parts of Minnesota. Well, that sounds like Green Bay. There we go. What is Green Bay? Super Bowl stars, 200. I'm Nate Burleson representing wideouts. I set an NFL record with 3 punt returns of 90 yards or more. In 2023, Speedy Kadarius Toney's 65 punt return broke a Super Bowl record and helped this team prevail. Who won in 2023? Didn't the Chiefs win in 2023? The Chiefs, there we go. It was supposed to be an easy one. 200. Super Bowl stars for 400, let's see. Phil Simms for the right-handed QBs. In 1987, I led the Giants to a Super Bowl win. 2 decades later, this other righty would win one for the Giants, making it 2 brothers in the family with the rings. Who is Eli Manning from New Orleans? Eli Manning. There we go. Super Bowl stars for 600. I'm Boomer Esiason, representing left-handed quarterbacks. Us Southpaws need someone solid at right tackle like John Vella for Ken Stabler. And Super Bowl 11 to protect this area where we can't see the big guys coming. What is the blind spot? The blind side. The blind side, yeah. Like the movie, guys, The Blind Side. There we go. Super Bowl stars for 800. J.J. Watt here, speaking for the defensive lineman. After leading the NFL in sacks a few times, I love to see him in the big games. In 1986, this team had a record-tying 7, including one by Richard Dent and Dan the Danimal Hampton. Is that the Bears? The Chicago Bears is my guess. I'm not entirely sure it's accurate, but the Bears had a great defense and were in the Super Bowl in the mid-'80s. The Bears. There we go. And then Super Bowl stars for 1,000. I'm Bill Cowher. In 2006, I coached a spunky Steelers squad to a Super Bowl win. The first win for Pittsburgh since this legendary coach won 4 titles beginning in 1975. Oh, God, I should know the answer to this. And I don't know why I can't recall the guy's name. Call myself a Steelers fan. Apparently not. Oh, my God, why is my brain blanking on his name? This is what happens on Jeopardy, man. They ask the question about somebody's hometown, and the person always misses it. My God. Did the picture work? Will the picture work? Probably not. Nope, no picture. Chuck Noll. Oh, of course it was Chuck Noll. Well, it was at the tip of my tongue, kind of. I definitely knew Chuck Noll, but I could not recall the name off the top of my head, making me a very, very bad Pittsburgh fan. All right. I know that current coach is Mike Tomlinson, right? Or Mike Tomlin? Mike Tomlin? Tomlinson? Is it Tomlinson or Tomlin? Jesus Christ. Man, I'm an idiot today. Mike Tomlinson? Is that Lily Tomlinson or Mike Tomlin? Oh, man, Mike Tomlin, yes, and Lily Tomlinson. These are kind of things on Jeopardy where Lily Tomlinson? No, her name is Lily Tomlinson too. I don't know, where am I getting Tomlinson from? Is there somebody named Tomlinson? Nope. Just making it up. LaDainian Tomlinson. Hey, oh, that's the guy who played in the NFL. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. I don't know. Okay, well, Mike Tomlin is the current coach for the Steelers. This is what you do when you're studying for Jeopardy. You just start spitballing and free associating, and sometimes you get it right and sometimes you don't. All right. Oftentimes you're made to feel like a complete idiot, and that's how you know you're doing something right. Half a category, 400. During this show seen by many on February 3rd, 2002, U2's Bono flashes Jacket's American flag lining. Well, I know that we're talking about the halftime show, clearly. Super Bowl halftime show, yeah, okay. Some of these are not very hard when you're studying all of them. I mean, we did the whole year, so we got the year. We got the entire 2024 done. All right, so we have studied Jeopardy. We've studied a particular category. Let's do a couple of New Orleans ones for good measure. Let's see. New Orleans. Let's pick a random one, all right. A 2002 nominations. A 2022 Beard nominee for Outstanding Restaurant. Brennan's in New Orleans is famed for this flambéed fruit and rum dessert. Ooh, what is Bananas Foster? I'm going to say that's the answer. Bananas Foster. I should know these. Do you know these? Bananas Foster. There we go. Let's pick another random one. Let's see. Okay. New Orleans news clues. Let's do a harder one. Let's do 1,000. Oh, you got news guys here. Lee Zurich. Man, Lee Zurich ended up on Jeopardy. Good for that dude. He's like a local news hero here. He's like the local investigative reporter. Meg Gatto. I love her too, man. This is cool. All right. Well, New Orleans news clues. They're the channel that has Jeopardy here. So, holding the title of longest continuous bridge over water in the world, the 23-mile causeway over this lake finds drivers losing sight of land. Oh yes, I drive over this a few times a month. My partner's parents live over there in the North Shore. The answer is, what is Lake Pontchartrain? Lake Pontchartrain. Here we go. New Orleans, news clues for 1,000. In 2007, this man, who took his name from a Brady Bunch kid, became the first Indian American governor in Louisiana and in American history. I'm very familiar with Bobby Jindal, named, I guess, after Bobby Brady. I did not know that. But what is Bobby Jindal? Here we go. Bobby Jindal. Let's pick a few more. That isn't just about the city of New York. All right. Oh, classic. This is a great novel. So, literature for 2000. John Kennedy Toole won a posthumous Pulitzer for this New Orleans set comic novel. Do you guys know this one? Have you read this one? I don't know if they teach this one anymore, or if they ever did. I didn't learn it in school for sure. You might learn it in college level lit class. But what is the Great Confederacy of Dunces? Confederacy of Dunces. Excellent, excellent book. So funny. So it's still like accurate today. Like I work in the French Quarter. The book takes place mostly in the French Quarter, and the comic characters in that book are still around to this day. Insane. What is a Confederacy of Dunces? I highly recommend you read that book. And on that, I will say we've concluded our Jeopardy study for the day. I don't know how well this recorded, but if anything, I've gotten something out of it for myself. And then, I have some actual work to do, it looks like. I got a couple emails to respond to. So y'all have a great day, and we'll talk to you later. See you around.